Jay-Z got way too quiet. Way too quiet. Jay-Z cannot settle it. Like, it may be less expensive to settle out, but if he sell out, you know what they're gonna say.
Right.
He did it. 13-year-old though, that's how crazy is Jay-Z and Puff. I knew it was coming.
What's poppin', everybody? Back with another video. In this video, we got Wack100. He's in a good burger room, and they're talking about what else? Jay-Z allegations involving a 13-year-old. And we got some Wack audio with akademiks. They go back and forth on what they think about what's going on with Jay-Z, Rock Nation, rumors surrounding Jay-Z's past with Aaliyah, Foxy Brown. Let's get into this clip.
But see, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Them feds is working hand in hand with other people. They know what they got. They know what they looking at.
You talking about the Jay-Z content?
Yeah, they being very strategic about everything they doing. See, here goes the thing. If I'm a motherfucker like that and my partner go to jail, Jay-Z got way too quiet. Way too quiet. Everybody done got quiet, but it feel like the people getting quiet is a motherfucker just saying, oh, let me get up under the radar because of whatever. This shit right here is a bad look. Them people will start pulling back from him. His motherfucking wife, I had to get away from his ass lightweight. It's a bad look.
Did you hear his response, Wack? Or did you see it?
I didn't see it. Or they said somebody said foul criminal.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he said he would pretty much implore them to file a criminal suit and not just a civil suit because
that ain't how that works.
How that works?
How they want to file, you know?
Rosetta, can you put that link back up just so I could just read that part? Or
that's the case. You said everybody got to go criminal before they go civil, and that don't matter. OJ beat it in criminal and got found guilty in civil.
Yeah, or he's saying don't just try to get money out of me. The person should be locked up, so go criminal as well. But I think that that's like some reverse psychology. I don't know though. I don't know. Well, just with him saying not civil, but just with him saying pretty much go criminal.
Yeah. He ain't God. He just in the industry that been successful.
So when they amended that, Wack, why wouldn't they initially put that? I know you said was that some type of strategy to that, or like you didn't initially put Jay-Z, you went back and amended it and put Jay-Z.
They amended what?
They amended their initial filing, and which only had, I guess, Diddy in it, and then they went back and amended it and added Jay-Z to the civil filing.
Them feds is very motherfucking like
strategic.
Listen, man, they're only gonna add something if they got something. And I'm gonna be real. Puff said, oh, everybody quiet, everybody laughing. All right, we're gonna see who laughed the most in the end.
And then it happened.
Oh, it's finna get ugly. All the Aaliyah finna pop up, all that go pop up. And Aaliyah little young ass was running around, boy. Man, what the was it? I ain't gonna lie, the bitch wasn't no bad bitch to me. She was boating. I don't go what the was going on.
I don't want to speak on the.
Well, I ain't no speak on nothing. I wouldn't give a f***. Going crazy. Jay-Z, motherfucking R. Kelly, goddamn Dame Dash. I'm just being real. The bitch was anorexic.
No, we see the same thing. Like, damn, like, what y'all really seeing it? Like,
yeah, what the f is the problem? What?
He had a cute face. That's it.
I mean, she was regular, bro.
She definitely looked hungry.
Yeah, she was regular, bro. Like, she was regular. Like, she wasn't no motherfucking. Yeah, she was regular. You take away the career, she was regular.
Can we say she had her own little unique style, or now we can't say that either? Like,
I mean, cool, but I just don't know what the all these grown ass going crazy about.
They was all friends too, bro. That's crazy. I'm thinking about it.
Messing with the same girl.
She was regular. I don't get it, but Meek Mill's reacted to Jay-Z's accusation.
Yeah, Meek trying to get some cool points right now.
So damn, I kind of think that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Like, it's gonna be more people exposed. Like, and then you heard Meek Mills is like, oh, this is all programming. If you say this 300 times or whatever, you know, people are gonna pretty much believe it. So this is
Meek always say dumb.
Yeah, but he just said he was a part of the program and talking about no Diddy. Just the other week, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, this audio.
So here's the backstory from what I'm seeing. The lawyer who filed this lawsuit, his name is Tony Buzbee. Tony Buzbee is one of the most, if not the most successful lawyer in America. Deadass. Now, we heard a few weeks ago how Tony Buzbee, the lawyer, got sued. And somebody sued him in a California court. That person said, hey, I'm a celebrity. And this guy, Tony Buzbee, is blackmailing me and threatening me, saying that he's going to sue me. He's full of shit. It's all lies. So you court have to stop him. Tony Buzbee also said that after he got sued, private investigators have been reaching out to his former clients, his former employees, his current clients, trying to get any dirt on Tony Buzbee to try to get him to back down. Tony Buzbee has not identified who sued him in California. He hasn't identified who's been sending the private investigators, suggesting that it is somebody who he has threatened to sue and that he's going to turn up on and sue if they don't meet his demands. Now, Buzbee sued in California, private investigators combing through his whole life. What does he do? He names Jay-Z as a defendant. Why would he do that? Remember when I told you he's one of the most successful lawyers in America? That's no joke. And so he's ready. He got his big boy pants on. He said, you want to go? Let's go. It's up.
No, Tony
Well, the
Buzbee.
Busby is the accuser's lawyer. So the 13-year-old plus I guess 100 other cases, from what I
That's
believe
the
Lou
dude
said.
from Texas, the Texas dude.
Yeah, the Texas guy. That's the Busby guy. And Jay-Z's like, I'm on to you. I did my research. You won't scare me into me giving you money and settling. I'm taking this all the way pretty
Nah,
much.
see, this a bad thing because if he settle, it don't look good.
Hmm.
He gonna have to
Jay-Z told
spend
him
the
to
money.
file a criminal.
It don't matter. Jay-Z, man, listen. Y'all, I don't think y'all get it. It's, football players, basketball players, rappers, businessmen, they're just that in that lane. They're that in that lane. That's it. They don't. One thing I noticed, the criminal system, they don't give a fuck. But I ain't seen them go crazy about nobody yet. They don't give a fuck what you do. File civil, that's where they at. That's what you got to deal with. That's it. And he gonna have to take it all the way. And what's crazy, he don't want this lingering too long. He damn near gotta, he don't want, you don't want to stress this out no 2 years, 3 years, 4 years.
So you think it's a good idea that he responded so fast and not waited like, say Diddy didn't respond to anything. He just stayed quiet forever until they came and got him.
And they ain't gonna come get him for nothing. This is civil.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So
You
my
think?
question, Wack, oh, I'm sorry, TGC, I didn't know.
You could go ahead.
My question is, Wack, they're saying that the initial lawsuit was against Diddy, and then she added Jay-Z. So do they have to go to court together, or can she
Well,
take one to court?
that's civil. So, civil court is civil court. I'm pretty sure Diddy gonna have some. There's no way that could attend that many motherfucking court cases. They ain't gonna.
Oh, okay, okay,
They got like so many that Jay-Z cannot settle it. Like it may be less expensive to settle out, but if he sell out, you know what they gonna say.
right, right.
He did it.
This letter, this letter is crazy because even though it dropped on the Rock Nation,
That
it
ain't
ain't even
even
say
his
about
letter,
Jay-Z.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's so ambiguous. It don't say his name. It don't say make no reference to nobody. It just he couldn't. He could easily say he didn't put that out.
I mean, they ain't even, that ain't Jay-Z talking. It's like, I mean, even if it is, if somebody wrote that, like, it's like, something like that should have wrote that.
Yeah, but it's so much wiggle room to say I didn't write that. I didn't ask nobody to write it. None of my lawyers wrote it. None of my I didn't write. I didn't tell anybody the direction to write that. It doesn't have no name but Tony Buzbee. It's so ambiguous. It's the ambiguity in it is crazy.
Uptown.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take some time, bro. Learn how to say that word, man. I know you've been waiting on, you've been waiting to use it.
No,
Ambiguous.
I'm sitting there trying to read. I'm trying to read. I'm reading
Ambiguous,
this again while saying
ambiguous,
it, but
ambiguous, ambiguous, ambiguous,
you think he put this? He put this out?
I don't know, bro. You never know. Today on social media, I don't know if he did or didn't. I would have thought he wouldn't have said nothing. And then they put some out to where they'll wait to see the reaction before they claim it or deny it.
Yeah, because the way it's structured, this doesn't. It's just like somebody just drafted and put it together. It don't even look like they just drafted on their phone and sent it via what is this, X or Instagram?
13-year-old though, that's so crazy. Jay-Z and Puff.
So, it says a woman who alleges she was sexually assaulted by Sean Diddy Combs has amended her lawsuit to include allegations that she was also assaulted by Jay-Z at the same party. In a state, let me see. Where is it at? Okay, the woman who was identified as Jane Doe says she was 13 years old at the time. She was allegedly assaulted by Combs and Carter at an after party following the Video Music Awards in 2000. The woman alleges she began to feel woozy after consuming a drink at the party and wandered into a nearby bedroom. The woman alleges Carter raped her first, followed by Combs. The woman says she hit Combs and ran out of the party. And it says Carter was identified in the initial lawsuit as Celebrity A.
At 13 years old.
Yeah.
That don't make sense.
You know what I'm saying? At a party? Where was the party at?
It don't say where the party at. It just said that it was a after party following the Video Music Awards in 2000.
BMAs.
And why would a 13-year-old be there? That's crazy.
After
I
Yeah,
mean,
what?
at the time, like girls were still getting picked up by grown ass high school around that time. So I believe it. Like
13
bitches
years
was able to
old?
get into a lot of underground clubs
Yeah,
around that
13
time
is crazy.
with fake
16,
ID. Fake
yes.
IDs was
but an
13.
industry party, not no underground club, not no
fake
Yeah, 13
house
is crazy.
IDs.
party.
Fake
We talking
IDs
about
14,
were
13 is
big in the
17.
early
Yeah,
2000s.
13 is crazy.
13, get the
No,
out of here.
16,
No, for
17.
at an
real.
industry party. We ain't talking about no house party. No,
Them was
House
in their
party or
30s.
not, I'm talking about fake
You just
IDs and
turned a
how prevalent
teenager.
it was
That's
back
crazy.
then.
What are you
Like
talking about? A
Yeah,
13 year
13.
old.
1 3.
13, yeah.
Man, hey,
If
yo,
she
man.
looked the part, they letting her in the party.
13-year-old looked the part.
I
Get
ain't
the
gonna look in
fuck
the
out of
park
here.
for
If she
13.
looked the
Yeah.
part, they
Why?
letting her
Well,
in.
that's
Get
crazy.
the, you don't even make 13 looking the part.
Yeah, acting like we
Child,
ain't
make a
had this.
13 year
We
old
acting
look
like we ain't had these
21.
discussions before, where these
Nah,
girls
no
is getting picked up
13
by
year
grown ass
old.
niggas.
No. No,
Yes,
I have not had, I ain't never heard no discussion about a 13-year-old looking the part.
we not talking about a 13-year-old. We never had a discussion about a 13-year-old looking the part. What I'm saying is, if a 13-year-old looks the part around that time in the early 2000s, late 90s, fake
I don't give
IDs were
13 is 13. What are you
fake
talking about?
IDs were big around that time. Wack.
13
How do I
fake,
know?
hey
Because I
yo,
was a 12
fake
year old
IDs been big. They ain't just
man. I
got
was a
big.
I was a 12-year-old. No, excuse me. By 14, I was able to get into underground clubs because I had a fake ID. That
What
was
is an
2020.
Under
underground
That
club?
that yeah, clubs in general,
hood,
clubs.
Like
Like
13.
a
I was.
rave, like a
she's
rave or
basically
These
saying
something.
some
niggas
hood.
knew I was
This
fucking
ain't no a
Right.
underage.
hood.
These knew I was
But this is the
underage. Is the
VMAs. This
point?
is
Like
the
I
These
was
are
You
industry
getting
was
high
in
into
the
party.
it with
level
This is the
ghetto.
prostitutes.
VMA.
It's a fucking VMA party.
What does that mean? Like, it's no
Um,
difference if a
You know
motherfucker
what?
looked
You
the
don't even
part
know what
and
that
got a
It's
means.
a
fake
That's why
ID.
huge
you
difference.
don't
That's all
even know.
I'm
See the
saying is
fact,
I believe
the
it.
fact
It
that
could have
you said
happened.
what that means lets me know you don't know what that means. It's those just having that conversation because if you don't know what that
No, you
is,
didn't ask me anything. What you ask me?
it's a VMA
You
party.
gotta
That
know
shit probably
somebody.
invite only
The
RSVP
VMA
list.
Yeah,
party.
Gotta be on the
yeah.
list.
I'd have been to them, VMAs, Grammys, all
Go
that
ahead,
shit. You
Wack.
gotta know
What was you
The
somebody.
saying?
VMA party.
Hmm.
Ain't no fucking underground hood alley. That shit
Because
like
I'm
by
you
in.
because I'm using terms like underground. Okay, that's one thing. But if I would have said I would have at 13 with a fake ID, I could probably get into a VMA party. That's different, right? Compared to
Nah,
me saying underground. So what
that is
you?
by invite only shit. All kind of man. Ain't no
No, and I
yeah,
It's
like,
like
understand
you
you.
Yeah,
don't
you
even
got
know
you
the
got to be on the list. You
Listen,
got to
Wack.
be
I'm not
vetted.
Wack. I'm not pushing back at that because you would know more like about as far as like industry
that's not
parties and
regular
going to like
shit.
a VMA party. I'm sure you've been to one, so you know it's invite only. So
Yeah,
of
you
course
ain't finna
you
just
can
be.
push back on me on that. But all I'm saying is, at that time in the late '90s, early 2000s, fake IDs were a thing, and you could get into a lot of clubs and freaking underground shit. Like I said earlier, whatever. You could get into clubs around the time. So all I'm saying is, there's a possibility that that girl looked the part. I'm not saying it's okay, but it's a possibility. She had a fake ID. She looked the part because some ladies, we start our little thing, and some of us we develop differently from others. We might look a little more voluptuous, more grown than others. If she looked the part, is all I'm saying. It's a
Look,
possibility that could have went down.
there's
But
no
I'm not
looking the
pushing
part
back
for a
on the
13
VMA
year
thing
old.
because I
Plus,
don't know.
there's guest lists. It
yeah,
ain't no
it's
I
home
get that. I'm not
industry.
security.
pushing back
They
on
ain't
that.
got no
Security going.
picture of the lady. I'm pretty sure it's one
I'm
of them.
not pushing back on that.
She gotta be like
Whack.
40 now, right?
Whack.
No, she
All
like
these
John
Nah,
Doe
mid
all these
30s, I guess.
accusers are
or
anonymous.
Jane Doe. Yeah, she's anonymous
No,
or
she
also
not.
known.
No, she's not. No, she can't be. No way.
Well, that's what the
Yeah,
lawyer's
they
saying.
ain't
That's what
naming
They
no
ain't not
names.
naming
Mhm.
no names.
no
Jane Doe.
way.
That's
It
crazy.
is
None of these
crazy. It's just
motherfuckers got
Jane Doe
names,
right
So
now.
Wax.
they
You already
naming
know.
this name and ain't. Oh, that's.
Buzbee getting a buzz, but none of the clients, none of the
I
victims.
know one of them just had to name her name a couple days ago.
Yeah, because of Diddy put his
Hey,
Yeah.
somebody put
lawyer in
this
there
in
put
the
in for
chat,
that.
Wack, and low key, I'm only speaking on it because it kind of like go with what I was trying to say. That bitch Aaliyah was able to get in them motherfucking parties at
I don't
13 and
even. You don't
She
14
even
was
make
a
sense right
and
star.
now.
15 and
Aaliyah
16.
was
I
the
know,
artist.
Yeah, Leah.
I
What the
know
you
she was an
mean?
Usher
artist.
was there too. He
The
was a
You
star.
don't even. Whoever said
I
that is a
listen to
dumb
Justin
stupid.
fucking
Bieber
that
at
was
I
13 years
said
old was a
invite
star.
only, right? So if you're a celebrity, whatever, somebody like Aaliyah have an invite. What the are you
she's
talking
gonna get
about?
an invite because she's a celebrity. Exactly, I get that. I was being funny when I brought it up. Dreads,
Man,
you
we ain't
crazy?
talking about a club.
I get that. We talking about an after party, but
We're talking.
this girl didn't say she was at an after party, did she?
Said she was
She
at the
said
VMAs
VMA
Mm-hmm.
after party.
after party.
Okay, okay, I didn't hear that.
So
Like,
Jay Z was before Dame Dash, right?
well, that's the thing.
Had
Like,
to be.
I thought, okay, I thought Dame Dash basically said that Jay liked her, but they didn't get to. I can't. We don't know the truth about that. So one, I see one Twitter account, and I just got to say this is Twitter, so it could be wrong. Like, by the way, Jay has an amazing team. If you Google it, the AI that comes up for Google says they have never messed around. But if you've heard the stories, there's too much stories for that to just be like black and white like that. So it says
Yeah.
Jay Z dated Aaliyah when she was 17. He was 28 at the time. And then they're saying, well, he dated Foxy at 15. Okay, 28 and 17. All right, let's just go with that. She was 17, he 28. What's your thought on that?
Where's Aaliyah from?
Where is Aaliyah from?
State.
Wait, should that matter, or where was she usually
I'm
living?
asking. I'm asking it for a reason. What state? Because remember, the state of New York, 17 is legal age consent. 17 is legal age consent.
She from Brooklyn, New York.
There you go. That's why I asked you, because I'm gonna tell you why I'm asking you this. Because I'm a California guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care where I'm at. 18 is embedded in my head. Growing up, is I can't wait to get 18. I can't wait to get 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I asked you. So New York is 17. Jersey is 16. Nevada is 16, right? Legal age of consent statewide. Federal, the law of the land is 18. So with Jay-Z being a New Yorker, growing up in New York, 17 is always legal to him.
Oh, hold on, wait. Everyone keep telling me it's
You know what I'm
Detroit.
trying to tell you?
Hey, chat, am I wrong? Is she from Detroit? It said place of birth Brooklyn, but maybe she grew up in Detroit. Or where did she? Oh, okay. So she was born in Brooklyn, but she grew up in Detroit, Michigan. My bad, chat. So she grew up in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay. Now that's even worse.
What you mean
Legal age
that's
of
worse?
consent in Michigan is 16.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, we ran through this on the other side of Clubhouse. I didn't know these by heart. Google it.
Okay.
Legal age of consent Michigan.
I was just about to say, just tell people why you know this, because they're gonna think that you're looking it up for your own purposes. Just tell
No, we know this. You want me to tell them why we know it?
Yeah, tell them.
Okay, we know this for two reasons. A, they tried to attack Adam, right, with the nigga Lil Pump with the fake shit, and B, I had to defend you when you made the comment about college.
Right? And I was really talking about the Tiger situation, and then I said, well, let's be honest, with people in college, there's a time where sometimes somebody's 17 for 4 months, and usually when you're in college, you could also be at the oldest, probably like 21. Nobody in college says, oh, you're a freshman, let me check your ID.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So, and what happened was, when I started doing research, and I realized, I said,
Michigan is 16 for real.
It's 16. Jazz is, your state is 16. New Jersey as well.
Holy shit.
New Jersey 16. So when I was researching, I'm like, listen, when you're dealing with people who I grew up in California all my life without me knowing anything else. I thought the whole world was 18 because that's what I grew up under. So now I have to put myself in the shoes of somebody growing up in New York or Jersey or whatever, to where they're being taught When you're 17, this. When you're 16, that. As if I was taught when you're 18, this. When you're, you know what I'm saying?
Now,
so Jersey is 16.
Wait, hold
New
on.
York is 17.
Now, I'm probably gonna regret bringing this up because I'm not trying to have you pile on my guy now. But I seen you recently on No Jumper, and when in that conversation of the lawsuit that was filed, you said, well, did Kendrick defame him by saying whatever? Drake was on stage with a woman that was 17.
And the legal age of consent in Colorado is 17. Okay, I know this. I know all the states.
Okay, so technically he wasn't.
I said all that. You were so emotional you didn't want to catch it. I said, listen. I said, this is my exact words. I said, legal age of consent is 17 in the state he was in. I said, now, I don't know if Drake falls up under the federal mandate because he's not a U.S. citizen. He didn't cross our border from Canada. Federal mandate is 18 across the board. Was it distasteful? Yes, but because legal age of consent is 17, they couldn't put that on him. I said all that. You was just so turned up, you didn't catch it.
Stop. Hey, by the way, not to even just keep jumping. Like, so from what I heard, there's been like 4 or 5, like chicks claiming Jay-Z did whatever. They're like, yo, pay us money, right? And I do think if it was one that maybe he was like, you know what? Shit, I don't want her to come out and start doing interviews. Let me just pay this one girl off. Maybe he would. He was like, yo, I'm not admitting to nothing. I'm just going to pay you off because you feel hurt. Cool. But there's a lot of them. And what happens is when you're Jay-Z status, 4 or 5 bring 40 to 50 more. You know, they got a hotline for Diddy. Imagine the Jigga hotline. It ain't going to be 1-900 Hustler. It's going to be 1-900 Payday. So
that's crazy.
So I think this is why he's getting at it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that sucks for Jay. Everything he was doing is f***ed up. Every deal he was working on, f***ed up. Everybody, tomorrow morning, I guarantee it.
Oh, it's done. They pulling back.
Hey, I think we should just go in a indefinite break right now in negotiations for you to open up this or you to be a part of this. By the way, here's the thing too. Here's the thing too.
Hey, bro, don't be surprised if you start seeing Jay-Z sell shares in Rock Nation.
Hey, here's the thing too. Remember, he re-upped with the NFL for the Super Bowl shit. That position that he if they had dropped this shit before, ain't no re-up coming.
But they can get rid of it. But the re-up is never final because there's always a clause in there.
Yep.
There's always a clause in there that if you do something that discredits yourself,
that's true too,
or the organization, all bets off.
I don't know what Jay-Z's done. I don't know what he ain't do. But what I do know is just the mere fact that this is public. Now, here's the thing, and I said this to everybody. This is how Jay-Z's smarter than Diddy. Jay-Z has a hand in a lot of media. Watch this tomorrow, Wack. Tomorrow, a lot of the usual hip-hop blogs or hip-hop personalities, you and me, you know, we give it up about anything. You know, it don't matter. But there's a lot of people, they're not going to talk about this or they're going to sanitize it or try to move on. Also, I do think if Rock Nation is what I think they are, they have a story in their back pocket to change this whole conversation. Not about this. They're just going to give a bigger story. Everybody knows the only way to kill one story is to give a bigger story. So we might see a 4K video of some crazy that happened that we're going to say that. I think that's going to come. But right now, Jay is going to all his business. By the way, you know he's on the board of Square. So Square owes Cash App. When he sold Tidal, he sold it to Square. And he became a board member there. He's been racking up power moves. A lot of people said that he was trying to either get, I don't know if it was the Dodgers or something. Like he was about to make some major moves in terms of even buying a sports team. He's been doing some good shit. This is gonna fuck up a lot of things for him. Depending on how they drag it, the the mainstream.
I just said that. I said he cannot afford to drag this out no 2-3 years, bro. He cannot afford that, bro.
Like Jay knew his I think Jay knew his card was gonna be called the moment
he knew that.
Yeah, because he started shutting down early. What I'm saying is that if I'm a
all right, so my opinion on this, it's no in between. Either Jaguar Wright was right about Hove and Diddy all along, or this Buzbee guy, the lawyer, and the young lady, they're trying to get money out of Hove. This is like a extortion, money grab type of situation. It can only be one or the other, you know, in my opinion. So I'm glad that Jay-Z's responded and you know, got in front of this, because he's going to need to kind of quiet this down as quick as possible. He's got a lot of business deals going on, you know, and he doesn't want that to be interfered with. And yeah, plus you just don't want that on your name, man. 13-year-old, yeah, that's crazy. You don't want that on your name. You don't want that on your jacket. So I feel like Roc Nation is going to do a whole media blitz of silencing a lot of media outlets, a lot of hip hop blogs. It'd be like, hey, just don't cover this story, you know, unless it's in a positive light, like saying that like Jay-Z is completely innocent. Maybe they'll let that slide, but they still don't even want this situation to be even talked about, I feel like. So yeah, I feel like Roc Nation's team is definitely in damage control mode, and they're gonna be cleaning the internet up. It is crazy that like all the, how would I put this, all the sins of the 90s is coming back to haunt a lot of the rap moguls, the legendary rappers, because the late 90s to early 2000s was like the peak of hip hop to me, and also the peak of like just crazy behavior. You know what I mean? A lot of the rappers never seen success and money like that. And I feel like a lot of parties, a lot of things went down that in today's time would be deemed unacceptable, you know, because I feel like we have grown as a society as far as like protect women, you know, just social issues. We've came a long way, because you got to think, man, back in the late 90s, you could just say whatever, you could rap about whatever, you could do whatever, and nobody just batted an eye. It was just part of the hip hop culture. So I think even hip hop matured. Yeah, it's hard to say, and not to say that Hove did anything. I'm just saying, like, back then the culture of hip hop was it was bad. It was bad, especially when it came to like respecting women. It was at a low point, but nobody noticed because it was just part of hip hop culture. So that's why you see like a lot of these crimes that Diddy allegedly did, a lot of this stuff on Hove, even Russell Simmons, you know, he's hiding out in Bali and stuff. All that stuff that they allegedly did is all like 97, 98, 99. So it's one of those things where it's just reckless times, man. Ruthless and reckless times. It's going to be interesting to see how Hove handles this, because he can't settle. Because we all saw what happened. We all saw what happened with Diddy when he settled. You know, the soon as he settled, they were like, he did it. He did everything in the lawsuit and more. So it's one of those situations where he can't settle. He has to, like, I would say he could maybe do defamation. He's going to have to figure out a way to kind of fight this without settling. Make this go away without settling. Because as soon as he settles, they're going to be like, yeah, he did that. We're going to keep a close eye on this story, because I feel like it is a hip hop takedown going on, where like a lot of the rap billionaires, hip hop billionaires are being targeted. But on the flip side, I feel like it's a lot of skeletons in the hip hop closet, so to speak, where it's like, it's a lot of stuff that went down in the 90s, the late 90s, the early 2000s, that shouldn't have happened, that shouldn't have went down. And like I said, chickens are coming home to roost type of thing, you know, because the whole thing is, especially with the Diddy situation with Puff, if you never did anything in 98, you never did any crimes, you never did anything illegal, you never hurt anybody, then you're pretty much clean. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you don't hear anything about like Method Man and Redman, or like, you know, it's not like every 90s rapper is under fire. It's just like, if you did something, it might come to light if you're hiding something. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.